We should be live now again. I hear out of our beautiful producer. Sorry for the little OBS crash right there. I think everything. Yep, I see myself in the stream. So we are back. And hopefully this time without a crash, we get to see the finals of this weekly. 150 euros on the line.
It is, of course, like I said, a nice amount of money on the line. But we have Wrexham AFC against Wicked Sailors. Just to remind you, and let's do a quick little prediction, Mark, while we're at it anyway.
Wrexham. Wrexham 3-1. It's a best of 5 now, we should say, in the final. It's no longer best of 3. So, yeah. I think... What do you think? What do you think? Is Wrexham going to take it, or...?
You say Wrexham. I'm saying Wicked Sailors. I think Wicked Sailors is going to win it in 3-1. Wicked Sailors is one of those teams that is also likes to play awkward games. Make it awkward, use your mechanics, and show a bit of how to do it. That is what they are looking forward to. What we are looking forward to is, of course, a nice match of rock.
And that nice match, and hopefully not just the singular nice match, but the nice series. It's kicking off right now with Wrexham now in the blue and the first whiff, and the Wicked Sailors in the orange. Wicked Sailors, I think all 3 of them are Spaniards, so they might have the advantage when it comes to communication. I don't actually know where the Wrexham players all come from.
Neither do I, but that's normally the beautiful thing with new teams, is to give you the insight and the confirmation. Yes, indeed, Wicked Sailors are all Spaniards. That's normally what you expect from this team. They've always been the full Spanish team. And Wicked Sailors has always been a bit of a bubble team. It's a lesser known team than AW3 is, but it's always a team that's been stuck around. The name, you've always heard it from here, from there. They're always around here somewhere. And as they're right now sticking around in the blue half, they're looking to get some sustained offensive pressure. It's Puppy blocking off the midfield once again. Logic, what can you do? It takes his patience, takes it slow, but sadly enough, that doesn't work as well against Wicked Sailors with a quick counterattack.
And the Spaniards are playing, I think, quintessential Spanish Rocket League here in the first minute. Very aggressive, going for a lot of quick mechanical plays, and now Coco going for the bomb! Absolutely clearing the defense away, sending them to the moon. See ya, talent!
Oh, that is a beautiful bump. Wasn't no talent though, wasn't really. And that is just beautiful. That is peak Spanish Rocket League right there. Aggressive, in your face, so much in your face that you get bumped.
Yeah, quite literally right in your face.
Right
is
there.
What, right there. Just the fist firmly planted between your eyes and on top of your nose is what we see out of the Wicked Sailors. Nothing less than what we have expected from them. But now, maybe Wrexham able to adapt to that playstyle. It's very different if you've just played against AW3, who's not really aggressive at all, and now you come against it. It's pretty much a 180-degree shift in how your opponents play, and I think they're gonna take game 1 to get used to this.
Yeah, I think so as well. It does seem logical to, of course, get that switch, because, like I said, it's a 180 switch. It's very quickly done, though, as this switch right now looks to be good. It's Coco, though, hitting the ball into the air, forcing the enemies to crawl a bit further up, but no angle for the shot, and it means they have to try and go again. As Puppy gets the fast one, due to the help of a demo coming out from Coco, and Coco really looking for a couple of those bumps right now. Aggression is in the name of Wicked Sailors right now.
Yeah, aggression definitely that key element here in the attack, but aggression is always a double-edged sword. It can work beautifully, but it's also prone to leaving you overcommitted. Extra though, keeping back to make sure overcommitting does not happen. Logic though, 1v1 situation, gets a good flick. Coco, what a save first time, and the bounce from the crossbar actually completely ruins Talon as well.
Going into the air, what can you do once more? Can you follow it up? No, 0 boost to your name means that you have to try again as Logic tries to get the ball away, but that's the type of stuff that worked against AW3, doesn't work against Wicked Sailors. They are non-stop on top of you as this ball is right in front of the air, right in front of the goal, and the second is a fact.
Poopy making it to X-Star, getting it over them, and then double commit out of Logic and Talon, unfortunately, with the block coming in there from Coco. It's a rude block from Coco. He just goes full beans for it. He's like, okay, I know which one of you is going to touch the ball, and I'm just there to ruin your entire evening. And I think he accomplished exactly that.
Well, Puppy is trying to ruin this match right now for Wrexham as a third goal almost seems just like it's waiting to happen right now. As Talon, awkward position, can't challenge. The ball does get into that relay. What can you do with it? Can you follow it up yourself? No, can't get it past Coco, but Talon there to help out his team. It's into the air for Puppy. Has some mechanics, has some boost. What can you do by yourself? Tries to take it low for the 50. Sadly enough, 2 people saw that coming.
But he did force that double commit, and with that, possession for Wrexham is just not going to be a thing. Just Puppy, like the pre-jumps from the Wicked Sailors are just obscene at some points. Puppy's confidence there, not trying to get it past Talon as well, is just ridiculous. What they're trying to bring to the table, it's completely different for Wrexham, and they seem to be struggling. They are struggling to get out of there enough. Maybe now passing play, not able to convert it really just against the post, but Wrexham slowly but surely getting the adaptations done.
Love led to Coco, but it gets intercepted, and that is a bit of comfortability finally getting to this Wrexham team.
Oh.
But you want to know who also is comfortable? Coco!
Oh. Look at that touch from Exeter. Oh, and the read, the quickness, the speed. The speed on Coco. Instantly after Exeter touches, Coco was pre-jumping that, and he just had the perfect read. I don't know how the Spaniards keep doing this, but it keeps on working. But really, after the kickoff, gets the first one for Wrexham.
A deserving goal, but it's too little too late. And once again, it's quite quick after kickoff, I do want to say. That seems to be a bit of a stronger suit for Wrexham. They are really strong off those kickoffs and really good on those follow-ups. Are they going to be able to do it once again? Because 31 seconds, you need a kickoff goal. You need to be quick. Well, they do get some boost deals going. Can Exeter get this ball away? He does get it past one, but Talon, once again, bring it forth.
Talon bring it forward, but as Matt by Exeter in the corner, and Coco showing, I think, now we can say the superior speed of the Wicked Sailor again and again, but really is just too strong. And he just punishes his way through Poopy there. He just had to avoid 2 people chasing for him. Fortunately, the third one was then mispositioned by that point. And now 12 seconds. It could happen.
Doable, winnable.
Doable.
But it does feel like Wrexham has figured out that to fight fire, you have to use fire in this case. As they do get a beautiful setup, it goes straight on down, but it hits the crossbar. Talon must be dreaming that he could have hit that on target, as this ball straight on down. Relay tried to set something up, couldn't get to it, and that means that Wicked Sailors here take game number 1, but it got scary right there.
It got close. It got very close there at the end, didn't it? Wicked says they do hold on, though. That is, for them, the important point. They get off the line. They get the first game win. But Wrexham, I feel like at the end, you said it, yeah, they realized that they have to fight fire with fire against the Wicked Sailors. They have to keep up with the speed. They have to be aggressive. And in the end, that worked beautifully for them. So, honestly, I'm expecting this match, as it continues, to just be a slaughter, a slugfest of emotions.
Do you expect that both these teams are just gonna ignore defense now? Just gonna be full offense and demo and stuff?
I could see it happen. I can see it happen.
Actually, I would like that. It would be fun.
Chaos.
Chaos. Well, so far it's been quite patient, but it's only been 12 seconds. And as I say that, Puppy has just gotten a demo on Talon. Yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of chaos as Logic gets the ball into the middle in the hands of Puppy, but he can't get it too far anyways. The ball gets hit to the side once again. It's hands of Coco, but 0 boost to your name. Not going to be able to do too much. He just tries to slow this down, look for those 50s. Does get 3 people to fight, but in the end, Relay has the control. Can he get the 50? Looking for something weird right there, but I respect it. I like it.
Just using the air roll there. Ooh, that was close from Coco. Just using the air roll there to let the defender guess what kind of 50 he's actually trying to achieve and getting an advantageous 50 out of it. In the end, though, the defender of the Wicked Sailors, they kept it clean, and now Coco high up in the air over Relay. And Coco is there. Double tap and set up for Poopy. Well done from Coco. Absolutely beautiful done. Nothing the defense could have done there.
Wicked Sailors, these setups. My goodness, it's not just one player. It's all 3 of them. all three of them are so insanely good at setting each other up, and they are always expecting it. That's the scary part, Max. All of them have trust in one another to set each other up with stuff like that.
Are you really surprised by the Spaniards having mechanics? They grind twos all day. They literally don't have a life outside of twos.
I'm not surprised because that they have mechanics. I'm surprised at the level of trust and comfortability they have in one another to be able to be like, yeah, he's gonna set me up for this. As this is a beautiful goal from Coco, showing that he is more than just a setup man.
Oh, the pancake! Excuse me, freestyling is not allowed in this lobby. Did you get the opponent's consent? Did you get Wrexham's consent to just freestyle? Be careful, Coco. What have we just witnessed? I think I've genuinely never seen a pancake goal ever in a competitive setting. This might have been the first. And of course, it's the Spanish team pulling it off.
I haven't either, but Wicked Sailors, you're making me a fan of what you guys are doing. As Puppy hits it high once again. It's on to the backboard. Someone should be getting to this, and indeed there is. It's Wrexham looking for these counterattacks. They work so well against AW3. What can you do right now? Shot is low, but there was no bump. The second attempt saved by Coco from the inside out.
Not just saved by Coco, but continued on by Coco as well. Really cleared away out of their own half because they were scrambling. They were all struggling for boost, but now they do seem in quite a good position. Coco getting that mid boost as well. Going for the pass in field, maybe a little bit too obvious there by the positioning of Extra in the midfield that pass was going to happen. Wrexham cut it out, and now Wrexham in the orange half. Talon going for a midfield pass as well. There is some hunting going on Wrexham. They're really hunting for those levels.
I mean, you have to at this moment in time. They know that they're struggling right now to get onto the offense even. So you have to get past. As a double commit does happen right there, but Logic lands in the right moment, and Puppy tries to do something mechanical as well. We know they have it in there, but a double commit again. Wrexham, you can't be pulling these types of things against Wicked Sailors, because they're just gonna punish you.
Double commit out of Logic and Talon, and then Puppy just making sure Relay isn't gonna get anything on that ball. And it's really the complete opposite of what's happening here at the Wicked Sailors. It's more of a, okay, we don't quite have that trust. You could see inklings of that against AW3, but now that the game speed is so much higher, you could see those double commits, and you can see the lack of trust coming out so much more often from Wrexham, where you can see maybe they haven't teamed for all that long yet.
They need some more time together, but they do set these things up quite well. But sadly enough, the luck hasn't been in their favor just yet. This could be what they are looking for. Talon now takes it slow, takes it under one, and the beautiful setup. And this fact is all down to voice comps. Talon getting the flip reset, saying where he's probably gonna drop it, and Relay is right on top of it, first to the ball.
Just saying dropping, or mid or something to make Relay aware what is going on, and that's communication at its best. Where communication is not just the players off the ball that need to come, it's the players on the ball that need to let the teammates know what they are actually planning. And it's one of their hardest things to do, because you are concentrating, of course, on getting a good hit in the first place. So coming simultaneously is not something that's necessarily natural at all. It's Talon getting his fake past the first, but not the fake past the second.
Are we really going to see a similar situation as the game one, where Wicked Sailors go up 3-0
Nope.
and then get 3-1, 3-2? It is still possible for Wicked Sailors to get the fourth right here, but it is just as possible for Wrexham to make it a 3-2 situation once again. Relay hits it on target, maybe a bit too high. He probably would have liked it to be a bit lower. The crossbar and post have not been nice so far to Wrexham, as this attempt gets blocked as well, but a good patient third man does lead to them keeping the offense going.
And I feel like that could also be a way for for Wrexham to get back into it, just have their patient third man that allows them to get some stability into their defense. It's Relay now. Does he have the flip reset? No, he didn't quite get it. Logic gets bumped out of the way as well. Relay trying to bump Poopy. It's a bit chaotic right here in the corner, but Extra long booming clear out, and Relay just look.
I like the attempt. I respect the attempt.
I expect it. Yeah, I was about to say, looking for the psycho setup there. Cheeky bugger. Cheeky bugger.
Oh, but it's looking unlikely. They have 2 people up forward. Can they get this on target? Sadly enough, the angle is a bit too hard. And the ball gets pushed into the middle once again. At the end, it's a 3-1, maybe a 4-1. I can't say anything against Wrexham because I respect it. I respect it so much. Wrexham has my full respect. It's a funny goal. It's a funny goal.
It's the call that's already coming then. Own goaling there from the first player probably, and then the second player is like, call coming in, own goaling, and you just make it. But what that means as well is that they're in the right headspace, right? When you're own goaling, you're 3-1 down, and you're own goaling to make it 4. It just means automatically, yeah, you're in the right headspace for this. You know what you need to do, and you just want to maybe lure the Wicked Sailors into a false sense of security.
You always see them, because then they're just memeing about having a bit of fun. That is the type of stuff you always want to see out of these types of players in these types of moments, because it gives you a bit more security. Like you said, a good feeling going to the next game. On the other end, Wicked Sailors, I'm wondering how good Coco feels right now after that insane goal.
On top of the world.
If I don't see that on Twitter, if I don't see that goal on Twitter, I'm going to be upset.
If he doesn't feel on top of the world after that one, something's wrong with him.
Again,
something is severely wrong with him.
It's a Spanish team, so they could be like, oh yeah, it's a normal day.
Normal day playing RL. Easy.
God, I wish it was that good. But sadly enough, that's why we're in the casting.
Yes. Yeah, I was about to say, like, no, I could pull that off, and then I remembered I had no mechanics, so I definitely can pull that off. As Coco, though, going up again, has Logic to beats Logic, gets a good second touch as well, and it's those second touches against the backball that really keeps the Wrexham defense guessing. That really makes it onshore. Extra getting on the score sheet, not quite. What a save!
Oh, Wicked Sailors, you already had me as a fan. You just made me fall in love with you guys even more. I love teams. I love players that are able to just pull that off like it's nothing. And as Talon is trying to do something similar, I do like that from Wrexham. You may see it as an overcommitment. I see it as a bit of what version 1 in the RLCS in North America always does. Have someone in the air for a control touch. Second man follows up quite closely, but you have to be careful though.
Yeah, but the communication has to work for that, and the game plan has to be there, because I think first player, Logic, I believe it was, in the air there, he wanted to go for a flip reset, he wanted to go for the solo play, and he was just cut off, and that's where mistakes happen, and that's where the difference lies between, well, a world's playing team in version 1 and a EU bubble team in Wrexham AFC. If they can choreograph that perfectly, then by all means, go for it. Then it's choreographed, then it's planned, then it's not an overcommit. But right now, you have to be sure. Keep it simple, I'd say, if you're Wrexham. Simple normally beats fancy.
Perhaps, but then again, we have not seen Wrexham do simple or normal. So, in that same sense, maybe it's better for them, as they have looked a bit solidified in this game. Getting a good shot on target, too strong for Exna. And Relay finally gets the lead for Wrexham.
100 boost in the tank there for Exstar. He was in a good position to save it as well. He just didn't double jump. He just didn't fast aerial for some reason. I think that was entirely savable for him. Unfortunately, well, wasn't too big. And Wicked Sailors, for the first time in this series, are going to be faced with a deficit. Let's see how the Spaniards can handle that one.
Does get the control. Can he get a second man to wide? He gets the third man to even commit to it. And that's the type of stuff you want to see, as a good pass into the middle, just a bit too far. The speed wasn't there for Puppy. But Coco still in a good position to block this off. And Relay once again. Can he get the pass? Gets it out to the back wall. But the save there for Wicked Sailors. And they needed that. You don't want to go down 2 goals against Wrexham at this moment.
No, Wrexham trying to build something here, trying to build some momentum going forward. Let's not forget, it is match point against them. They do need to reverse sweep the Wicked Sailors at this point in time. Poopy casual flip reset over 2. But Logic there to help his team out. Coco now taking over. Flip reset against the wall. Recovery is also present. Not quick enough the follow from Extra. Poopy misjudging that one, and now it's scramble time for the Sailors.
Again, 2 minutes on the clock. Can he do? No, he can't do anything else this time around. It's a Relay gets the fourth once again. It's Puppy hitting it high. Talon, good free jump, good block. Sadly enough, no second man to help him out, but Relay in the end does get the ball back to him, and it just feels like Wrexham is more comfortable this game.
Double commits are still happening, but they still seem to be, I think exactly as you said, they seem to be more comfortable. Maybe they've figured out what they need to actually do against the Wicked Sailors as Coco's respawning. Poopy has to avoid the demo as well on the goal line. Coco now challenged by 2 players, and I think that's the biggest change. It's just the quick cuts and rotation from Wrexham, the quick challenges that are not allowing the Wicked Sailors any sort of space.
I think to edit that with the demos that they get every so often, blocking off any sort of rotation from Wicked Sailors, and at least these types of goals wide open. And I mean, Relay's not gonna miss that any day of the week. He's been playing phenomenally. It's just, everything is clicking finally for Wrexham.
Yeah, it is clicking, and Coco with a bit of a foolish challenge there as well. Didn't possibly expect Relay to just go up and immediately challenge that ball, but that has been the main change for Wrexham here, and I think that is something that the Wicked Sailors have to contend with. Coco, well, you have to contend with him.
Who else? Who else but Coco? Oh, flip reset, boom, past you. Bye, into the net.
And he was there for a dunk. He was there for a dunk as well. If
Yeah.
you look at his card positioning, it's just rude.
And that's a bit of the thing that I still want to see from Wrexham to get them consistently at the top. I see it from Wicked Sailor. Every time they go for something mechanical, they're non-stop there to keep the play going, progress it further, get a block if need be. They always think a step further ahead, and that is something I still want to see from Wrexham. They have the startup, now time to get that a bit further as well, as this is a good setup from Talon, but sadly enough, there are 3 defenders.
Yeah, and not only are there 3 defenders, there are 3 defenders with boost, and the counterattack is rolling already. Logic makes sure that that weak shot is not finding its mark. But now Wrexham has 30 seconds to survive against the Wicked Sailors, and Coco putting the first dangerous shot on target. Well, not quite on target, but against the post.
A good setup into the air. It's blocked off. Back into the middle we go. Relay misses the ball. Coco saw it coming, and Puppy gets an easy shot.
Oh no. Oh no, Relay. Oh, that hurts. That one hurts because I feel like in this game that Wrexham has been better.
Yeah. And they needed that win. They needed this win to set themselves up for a first sweep. Now you're going most likely into overtime, unless they can do another one of those insane kickoffs, but sadly enough, doesn't look likely. Have to be careful for maybe a quick goal within 10 seconds left. Logic gets a big booming clear all the way to Talon. He keeps the ball going. A miss coming out as the gasp leaves them out of Maxfish. But it seems that the grasp for air will have to wait a bit longer. We go to overtime.
Overtime, no mistakes allowed for Wrexham. Wicked Sailor still 2-0 up in the series and have a good possession after the kickoff. Infield pass is open there as well to Coco. Puts it up high against the ceiling Talon. Will be able to clear it once. Relay there to carry it on forward. Maybe not quite making contact with the ball. Poopina, free backboard, but Relay is there back in time to just cover it. Poopy, the one awkward touch, making the defense of Wrexham awkward as a result. Nothing to come of it.
Ball in his hand once again. Gets the flip reset, but sadly enough not to control. Still with the 50 though, back into the middle. Double commit coming out, but you felt like it was a bit necessary there as a defender. You're probably panicking a tiny bit. This is a good counter attack though, but once again, Puppy is there, and someone needs to tell us how to say his name. That is probably one of the more important facts in this game.
I think I've only known him as Poopy, but you know,
I thought
it's one of the two. It's one of the two, definitely, but let's not dwell upon that. It is the first minute of overtime done. Logic and Wrexham now in their opposition's corner. Exeter is a bit awkward there. Well, no, he backed up, and he wasn't awkward no more. Going for the bumper as well. Poopy not able to put it on target. It's back in mid, and that's dangerous in overtimes. From a pass from second to third man should really be only your last-ditch effort in any attack.
And it does mean that the counter-attack is alive, but blocked off by Coco once again. Can he get the redirect? Looking for one onto the backboard. No power behind it, and Talon had an easy save, and he should get another one right here, but he puts it into the middle. Where's the defense? Where are the defenders? They're all gone, and Talon gets the third.
So Exeter was just going away, and Coco wasn't in a position to take over. Well, that's a goal that happened. It's a bit of an anti-climax because I quite expected something, well, better to come up. Just one breakout of communications, and yeah, Wrexham take it.
Wrexham. They must be thinking they're lucky stars in this right now, because quite honestly, after that overtime started and after they lost the 2-1 lead, they lost control of this match. And
Yeah.
they were not looking in a good shape to win it all. So to see them win it is quite good. What is also quite good is to see a bit of a progression in shooting from Wrexham. Last couple of games, not a lot of shots on target. This time around, 12.
Yeah, 12 shots. Definitely a much better and bigger amount than in any of their previous games. They're finally figuring out how to break out of their own half effectively. They're finally figuring out how to stay in the Wicked Sailors halves for longer, creating more pressure, and we can see it in their goals count as well. 3 goals now in this third game. First time they've ever outscored the Wicked Sailors, and you know they keep their chances at winning the €150 alive. But Poopy is making up for mistakes that have happened in the last overtime by immediately scoring after the kickoff.
What a beautiful first touch though, Mark. Look at that control. That scares me, how well controlled he is right there. The first touch, boom, under control, knows what to do with it, and goes further ahead as Exta now gets it over one, leaves it up for Poopy. Can he get a shot on target? The shot is there, but not good enough. It's Coco now. Looking for the 50s once again, drops it back down. Wants his teammate to be there, and his teammate eventually does arrive there, but it's a bit too late.
A little bit too late, but Coco now being that teammate that has arrived on the scene. Talon, interesting pre-jump. Taking it back, keeping possession for the Wicked Sailors as both Relay and Poopy whiffing. Poopy though, 0 boost doesn't matter, he doesn't mind. Just puts it against the back, but making it awkward for the defense. Talon now getting the boost. Keeping the ball there, Relay, that's a big demo. Talon has the opportunity to go for one as well, but Poopy will be evading that one.
I probably would have liked Logic to just continue it themselves, but sadly enough for them, as this is a good bump attempt, doesn't work out, and that is a bit of communication that you need, as Talon does get a good hit onto the backboard, but Exta is right there. Logic now into the middle once again. Is there someone right there? There is, but he was a bit too quick for this ball and missed it in the end, and this means that Talon now awkward position. Though, and that is good. That is the mechanics using to your favor. Baiting out the 50. That is what you like to see.
Baiting out the 50 and having the recovery to make the opponent actually commit to any given ball. As Exta and Poopy again, defense for error 404, defense not found, and the Wicked Sailors take an easy second goal. Just what's happening to defense?
You can keep on talking for a second. I'm gonna check something just to make sure. Just give me a second. Just need to make sure that this, just as a quick fact check. Okay, no. I expected for maybe a quick second that Wrexham was going to be all Spanish players, but they're not. Logic is English, so maybe they're all English. My goodness, what a pass.
Doesn't matter if he's English or not, he can certainly bring out a pass to Talon, who's just smacking it out. 129 kph, an absolute bomb, hitting the back of the net. And I mean, for how easy that second goal looked for the Wicked Sailors, Wrexham just replies with a goal that it wasn't necessarily an easy one, but they made it look easy.
That's important. That is more important to get that goal back right now. As we always say in the RLCS, a 2-goal lead is the worst lead to have, and the proof is right here as Rix gets the second.
Relay, getting the second. Smart placement on the shot. I thought the defense could have done something more there, but Exta covering the front post. The shot, unfortunately for him, placed at the back. As that it is all square, equalized at the 2-minute mark. We might as well have not played the first 2 minutes then.
You're wondering why I'm calling them some different names? It's because they changed their names before, and now everything else is differently from me. That is a bit annoying, but it's fine. We'll keep going as the 50s keep on happening. It's Exta now. Can he get it back into the middle? It's right in the hands of Puppy, but he can't get it himself. Logic with the ball. Can't get it to Talon though, and that's a bit of the mispass. But Talon in the end still gets the ball under control, but Coco blocking him off like he does so much in this game. And this ball is in a good position right now. This shot's just a bit too high.
Shot just a little bit too high, but Relay keeping up the pressure for Wrexham. As now Coco doesn't get the flip reset, so the demo from Poopy on Logic might not matter I say it might not. Extra with a shot, tight angle shot, but Talon is there on the backboard to cut it out. Go down the other end of the pitch. Both teams have decided that midfield presence is not of any importance right now. Scratch that. Extra is having just free reign on the midfield there.
Coco missed the shot right there. A bit unexpected, quite honestly, from the man that has been looking so incredibly solid and so mechanical. I would have expected him to put that on target, but even then, it shows you that he's still human. But maybe he can do something else this time around. Good pass into the middle to Poopy. Can he do something with it himself? The shot was on target, but so is Logic in its path. And Exta now looking for a pass into the middle once again, but a good save coming out. Brings the ball back forward once again. A bit over a minute left to go, Max, and it's still so equal.
Still very much equal. I feel like, though, the better chances have been with the Wicked Sailors. But again, going forward, Coco looking for Extra. Can't reach because Relay just shutting down the midfield and cutting out that attack. Talon now, again, communication, maybe a little bit of the bane of Wrexham's existence here, as they're not able to effectively communicate who's going to take that shot. A big opportunity goes begging as a result, and now Poopy has the opportunity there. Flip reset denied by Relay. Extra again into the middle, but the backboard is under control by Logic.
Wrexham still in a position to get this ball forward, but Coco blocks them off. It means that Logic now alone back. A good clear coming out, but Poopy once again blocks it off. Talon there. It's a back forward. It's a bit of boom ball going around because no one can get control. Everyone is being blocked, and this shot was not blocked. This one goes on in.
Everyone is blocked except for Logic, who will not be denied by Extra. Coco as well coming down from the ceiling, missing that ball by just the slimmest of margins. 32 seconds, we are 3-2 yet again for the Wrexham AFC. We're looking poised to take this game into Game 5.
Change that, can still change that, but you would expect after seeing Wrexham against AW3 that they're gonna have that third man just stay in goal, be incredibly defensive, not risk a counter-attack like this one as Poopy does try to get it forward once again. It's Coco, a double commit bump coming out. Extra, what can you do? No, it's blocked off by Logic. Maybe the savior for Wrexham as this ball onto the side we go. It's in the air, still Logic hits it on down. It gets put up by Extra. He can put it back into the middle, but there's Talon blocking it off, but no ground touch just yet. Logic tries his best. Eventually, the ball hits the ground, and we have ourselves a Game 5, but not any Game 5. A reverse sweep potential.
Potentially reverse sweeping is Wrexham after going 2-0 down in the series, equalizing it now to 2-2. And the Wicked Sailors, they must be a bit shell-shocked right now. They must feel like that was their game to lose, and they have indeed just lost it after going 2-0 up and then conceding 2 in quick succession. I feel like if they might be broken, if their mentality, we know that this is a problem from a lot of bubble teams, if their mentality can just keep up.
I think for Wicked Sailors, they probably are quite alright on the mentality side. I think they should be fine in that regard. It is just that you're looking at Wrexham. How good do they feel right now? How strong do they feel right now?
Well, they're going to feel pretty good about themselves, having won 2 in a row now, and now having the potential to make it 3, but Coco has something against him. Coco nearly dropping onto that one, but even the double commit there from Extra and himself can't get the Wicked Sailors their first goal of Game 5.
They can, and those are the types of goals that happened in Game 1 that went in Game 1. But no, in Game 5 we have goals like this.
Well, not just in Game 5 we have goals like this. Let's be real.
Max, no, please. Let me suffer in silence on this.
Just a missed 50 there from Talon in the midfield. He had to evade Poopy. To be fair to Talon, he had to evade Poopy, who was coming down from the ceiling to just make his life a living hell. And it worked out for the Spaniards, who are just going in full force. Extra and Poopy double commit there in the midfield circle. Logic actually bringing that on target, forcing the save out of Coco. But it is saved away. 1-0 lead still staying. And we know in this Game 5 scenarios and in this final game scenarios, any lead is so invaluable. And the second goal from Coco is going to add on to that, is going to be even more valuable.
Wicked Sailors did not want to go to this Game 5, but in the end they are here, and they're doing a wonderful job to try and put this out of reach for Wrexham. But I said it last game, I'll say it again. A 2-0 lead is the worst lead to have. Why? Because you get 1 goal against you, and all of a sudden you're in a 1-goal distance.
All of a sudden, you're only 1 goal away. Your opponent's already, like, they're smelling blood in the water. If they have that 1 goal, they were like, okay, we can score 1, we can score another one, and you start to doubt yourself. So 2-0 actually a bit of a misleading sense in that regard. They have to really try to get the third to stamp their authority on this game 5, as Logic is getting a double demo in the midfield, breaking up a lot of space, but Talon and Relly not really able to capitalize on that one.
Logic has an open net to shoot at, but 50 by Extra, keeping his team up with 2 goals. As this ball relay, can he get the ball gone? No, he cannot. Logic with a good hit, and he gets demoed for his troubles. And it means that the attack that he could have made just dies down.
Attack dies down, and in fact, it's a counterattack from the Wicked Sailors that is coming their way. Coco pre-jumping that with full confidence from the side, while the Sailors definitely have found their confidence back. Poopy trying to get it into the middle is not successful in that. Coco across laterally towards Exner. Pass in the middle. If Coco is ready for that, could have been very dangerous, but it was just a little bit too fast.
Wicked Sailors must be feeling the wind behind them, blowing them towards the victory, blowing them towards the Game 5 win. And they must be feeling good in these waters right now in this championship field. And yes, I just used all my Wicked Sailors puns. Thank you.
I was about to say, can you think of any more water-related stuff that you could, or sailing-related that you could say? Arr. I do the Spaniards say "ar"? I don't know, but I don't really care either. As Poopy's putting another one onto the net. Talon now over there in the corner to clear it out, but Exeter again already on it. The Sailors trying to just keep the ball deep in the enemy's half, just subscribing to the old football tradition. If I have the ball and if I'm attacking, the opponent cannot score.
Your best defense is offense, and that's how Wicked Sailors right now is feeling, but they have to be careful, as this is a good opportunity for a relay, but he can't get it past the defender. Once again, getting the ball forward into the blue half, and for 2 minutes, that's how long you have to hold on. Are they going to do it to a lead, or are they going to come back? They're looking for it, but aren't going to be able to do it this time around. Relay, though, can he get another goal? No, he cannot, and so it just keeps on going, and this must be unfortunate, but luckily for Talon, he gets the demo.
Luckily for Talon, he just had enough boost in the tank to get back to it and to cut it out with the demo. But still, possession has been lost for Wrexham, as Coco with the flip reset corner read. Logic, is that going in? Is that going all the way in? It is all going all the way in, and we have a 1-goal game.
The winds blew that ball all across the sea into the net. Land has been found, Max. And now we can see if Wrexham are going to be able to set up a house on this newfound land.
Let's see if they can set up shop indeed. They have to do it rather quickly, as supplies are dwindling, and the main supply being time for them to make the comeback happen. Talon, though, against the backboard, looking for the double tap, can't quite make contact. Poopy and Coco combining to get it out of there in half. 1 minute remaining, 1 minute of survival needed for the Sailors. They have to do it now for the 150 euros cash prize.
Wrexham is really trying to wreck this party right now for Wicked Sailors, but they need to get a goal quite quickly. It's 40 seconds left on the clock, and you feel them pushing, you feel them going, but the mistakes are coming out as well. Spoopy now has a chance to get a 3rd goal for his team. Does he have the flip reset? He has it, but it was a bit too weak. But his team right there, Extra, tries to do it once more. Relay can't get it all too well, but Logic now into the middle we go. Both players miss. It's in the hand of Logic. But the save from Poopy, and Relay can't get to it himself.
Logic tried to delay it as much as he possibly could. Coco, though, on the counter-attack. Logic picking it up into his own possession. Extra in the midfield, cutting the first one out. Talon, beautiful control shot again. Control from this man has been so good. Relay with a shot. It's slightly high, though. Gets the cross, but will it touch the front? It does. And the Wicked Sailors will take it 3-2.
G's. GG's. That's what I'm trying to say. GG's. Thank you. What a game. Wicked Sailors blocking off the reverse sweep from Wrexham. It's a hard thing to do. But Wicked Sailors, in the end, you ask them if they have the mentality for it. Yes, they do. And they also will take this victory home on their nice little boat.
Yeah, they will sail into the sunset 150 euros richer than when they've set sail from the port. And that's just the last sailing analogy I feel like that we need to put out on this day. No, a good showing from the Wicked Sailors. I feel like they've sort of lost grip on their confidence before in that Game 3 and Game 4, but then reeled it back in, got back to it, found their confidence, found their pre-jumps again, and if they feel themselves and if they have a good read on you, then they're a really tough cookie to crack.
I'm just looking at this, and I'm thinking back, Mark, and I'm thinking back to one goal in particular, and the second I said it, you should probably already know what goal I'm speaking about. How do you get a pancake like that in a competitive final? Let me remind you, it was the finals, and this man gets a pancake. It is impressive, and that is how Wicked Sailors have been doing. If it's a bit of a similar thing, though, to Wrexham, where I'm like, if you can get that consistency a bit more up, the confidence a bit higher, this is a team that you're really, really gonna be scared of. And for Wrexham, no need to be upset just yet. You went from a team that both me and Max, who are quite known with the bubble scene, didn't know, to one that will probably won't forget right now. So keep on pressing in that sense.
Yeah, we're definitely not gonna forget that. We've been wondering how did they make it to upper bracket in RSCS? Well, now we know because they are incredibly talented. Just one thing, I think, a bit too trigger happy, a bit too prone to double committing. That is sometimes breaking their back. So definitely something for them to sort out in the coming weeks. But definitely still a very, very strong showing from Wrexham. But the Wicked Sailors, I think in the end, it was just a playstyle thing that just worked out for them a bit more.
Definitely. And they did try to adapt, and that's what I like to see from these two teams. They try to adapt to one another, try to change some stuff, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then you can keep on going, keep on fighting. But I think we are quite done fighting for today, Max, aren't we?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so.
So in that sense, as Max clearly is very tired, it's a tired poor lad, isn't he? We are done for today. We have talked about enough. We have kept you here for long enough. We say GG's once more to our winners of the Doink Weekly for 2 Wicked Sailors. Congrats to you. And we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.
Bye.